As the year's winding down, coming to an end, it's November 28th. We're about to enter December. I'm busy asking myself, should I still be shooting content? Should I still keep on putting out content? I'm liking the support that I'm getting. I'm seeing some of the videos are getting very huge views, and some of them are not really getting those big views. But it doesn't matter because I've been here asking myself, what do I talk about now? Because the year is winding down and we have really pushed. But it got me to think. It got me to a point where I was sitting down and thinking, asking myself, what did I say coming towards the end of the year? What do I think what do I think are the most important key aspects farmers need to pay attention to leading to 2024, which is next year, and what we are already probably going to experience in 2024? Because I see things like probably chances are little or no rain. I've been seeing reports about the El Nino high pressure system that's coming, which means that we might be experiencing a time of very little or to completely very little, less late rain or no rain at all. These are some of the things that we could be experiencing next year in 2024. So it led me to say that some of the things that I've been preaching here on this platform, maybe we must move away from running big herds of cattle and probably start reducing our animals and focusing more on the quality rather than the quantity. But I know that's going to be a big ask because not many people can do the quality over quantity thing. People love quantity. And another thing, probably looking at things like things that we've never done, planted pastures. Maybe consider planting grass. Maybe buy some grass seeds. You can buy at Agra, or you can harvest some wild grass seeds in your urban areas, in the riverbeds, and you go plant that on your farm. Because right now, if you're driving around most part of Windhoek, you'd see that people on the side of the road busy selling grass because it's a dire situation right now. Even right now, we just had a little, let me not say a big rain, we just had a little drizzle, and it's gone. Now already that means that if you're a livestock farmer, this little grass has to be able to produce enough grazing for your livestock, which means now farmers would also have to probably start practicing things like grazing management, learning the different methods of grazing, learning as a community when to bring the cows to that area, when to move the cows out of that area, and how to conserve the grazing a bit better. Because I know it's easier said when you're on a private camp or farm. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to get that same type of energy when you're on a communal area where it's literally open for everybody and everybody does as they please. If your cattle grazed here on Monday and you move them to another area, somebody's going to definitely bring his animals to come and graze there. So it's some of those things that we need to start opening our minds up. Like I said, this one I'm going to title this topic Adapt or Die. We either adapt as the Namibian farmers. We either adapt as the Namibian horticulture farmer or the Namibian livestock farmer. If we don't, the agricultural sector will not be there. I know we are still fighting to try and see how we can still industrialize this sector because a lot of things are still missing and we don't have them. Like we don't have the value added equipment to turn, for example, pineapples into canned fruits and so forth. We still lack that. But while at least we're still on the primary side of things, we need to be figuring out how do we now start being able to farm in a world that we might be seeing more droughts, we might be seeing very little rain, and we might be seeing more pest outbreaks. How do we circumvent that? It's by adapting, doing things like planted pastures, grazing management, reducing the number of herds. And if you are in the horticulture side of things, buying things like irrigation and doing water conservation is something that you probably need to develop. Digging boreholes, uh, building dams, clearing out your river canalways. Doing all these things, putting up water tanks around your house, so you around the house and around the farm, so you can be able to harvest this rainwater rather than just letting it run off and run into the road or run to the sea. We need to be investing in all of these things because even the situations that we have yearly in the north where there's floods, those waters, we need to see how we can harvest those waters to be able to use them for agricultural produce and agricultural development. So these are all the things. It's why I keep on telling people that you need to be, as a farmer now, you need to hope for the best and expect the worst. You wake up on a Monday, you hope that it's going to rain, but you hope, but you prepare your brain for it might not rain at all. What should I have done? I should have bought grass, I should have bought feeds, I should have stored up all these things. I should have been storing up grass since the beginning of 2023 and not taking my foot off the pedal. Even when it's raining well, I still store. Even when I'm getting good rain and my maize is growing, I still buy my irrigation systems, I still repair them, I still maintain them, and I still do my water conserving issues. I mean, my water conserving protocols. I save up as much water as I can. I harvest rainwater. I put it away. I put it in tanks, and I just let it stand for one day when the rains do not come back, so I can be able to irrigate. It's a conversation I was having with my old man where he was saying he's going to try this year or next year to probably start to plant his own fodder for his animals. Then I told him you should. You can buy irrigation systems. There are different types. There's the drip one, there's the sprinkler system where you put it in the middle of the field and that sprinkler sprays X amount distance on the field. And this is what you can do because we are living in a time where climate change is becoming an in thing, rain patterns are becoming erratic. We're experiencing all this natural phenomena, whether it's too much rain, too little rain, very violent rain, floods, or it's hail, where your vegetables, I mean, your cabbages are getting destroyed. Now you probably have to consider putting up a net over your cabbages. So these are all these things that we need to focus on. Because as much as we can be told that the next golden egg is going to be in fruit production, planting oranges is simple, but oranges also need certain protections. So we have to adapt or we die. Like uh, like the former president, one of the party presidents of South Africa said, adapt or die. And if livestock farmers don't adapt, they might not be around for a long time. I mean, farmers don't adapt, they might not be around for a long time. There's one situation whereby I think, was it the government or was it the restaurants busy saying Namibia is running out of pork because of the pork imports and now we're not producing, the local capacity is not enough. But I also tell farmers, also do your due diligence in terms of investigate the market before you go into doing something. If you're going to breed pigs and you're going to breed them for slaughter, make sure that you're in a country where pork is really consumed at big volumes. Don't try to breed pigs in a country which is probably looks at pork as filthy and dirty. We don't eat them. You're just going to waste money. So, what am I trying to say here? In simple terms, I'm trying to say do your market research before you do something. I see many people just do things because they can and then end up finding that there is no market. It's like breeding turkeys. You breed a turkey, and Africans say a kalkoen, and then you try to sell it to the local people, but people don't eat turkeys here. Turkey farming would probably make sense in a country like America, or unless you can export them out. But we don't eat turkeys here. So it's very important that you first do your market research before you do something. So in closing, I just want to tell you guys, I just want to remind you guys not to forget to hit that sharp button and hit that turn on that bell notification. And remember those words that were said a couple of years, while some years back: adapt or die. And farmers need to be able to adapt. We are in a time where things are unsure, whether it is adapting to rising fuel prices, adapting to rising feed prices. We have to be able to adapt and we need to continuously be able to survive and keep the agricultural sector still going because food is needed. And I've been saying Namibia's next step in the agricultural sector is becoming industrialized, being able to turn our fruits into canned food, juices, and so forth, being able to turn our vegetables into canned veggies and juices and other things that we use them for. That's the next step for Namibia. But we first need to adapt with this. I mean, we have to adapt with the economic inflation. We need to adapt with the environmental issues that are happening around us. So, with that said, I will just end up by saying adapt or die.